Assalamualaikum, Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. Praise and gratitude to God, because He still gives His grace to us. And also thanks to Miss Ulfa Rahmadini, MPD, as the lecturer in charge of this course, who gave me that opportunity to presentation this project. Okay, hello, I'm Elopani Borukaban with nickname 63242400951. In this video, I will discuss the diversity of Indonesian cuisine as a reflection of Nusantara culture. Yes, Nusantara culture. Indonesia is a country with more than 17,000 islands. Not only its abundant natural resources, but also has a culinary wealth that reflects its ethnic and cultural diversity. From Sabang to Merauke, each region has its own uniqueness in processing various food and different flavors known as Nusantara cuisine. Here, I will discuss some typical Indonesian foods that are already known to the world, for including coming from the West Sumatra region with typical Padang cuisine serving rendang and Padang-style satay. Known for its use of coconut meal and various spices, and also the time it takes to process it is quite long. Okay, next, Batak cuisine originating from North Sumatra. This is my hometown, okay, North Sumatra, which uses andaliman as the main spice to process its food, which offer a strong and distinctive taste when tasting it, namely arsik ikan mas. And there is also nanyora, which is known as Batak sushi, served fermented with spices. This is very delicious. Okay, culinary known to be sweeter such as gudeg. It's a characteristic of Yogyakarta, Central Java cuisine made from Yongjang fruit. In addition, there is soto kudus, which is based on chicken broth. Okay, from its Javanese cuisine, known for its spicy and savory taste, namely rawon. Black meat soup with kluwek is one of the favorite, plus Madura satay, which uses rich peanut sauce. There are also papeda from Maluku, coto Makassar from Sulawesi, bebek betutu from Bali, ayam taliwang from Lombok, grilled fish from Manado, sayur asam, pempek from Palembang, chicken rice, gado-gado, nasi kuning, or we can say tumpeng, nasi liwet from Solo, bika Ambon from North Sumatra, kerak telur from Jakarta, es cendol or dawet from Central Java, and many more foods from Indonesia. Each of these foods is not just food, but also a characteristic of Indonesia that teaches us to be able to process natural product well, learn about the story of custom, and also the way of life of the local community. As the next generation of the nation, we should help preserve traditional culinary that still exists. For example, by studying, modifying, or recooking with a more modern version, we can introduce to the world Nusantara foods like that. Okay, that's the discussion about Indonesian cuisine. Next, I will present about indirect question sentence. Let's go straight to the video. Okay, we next in indirect question. The first slide, what is an indirect question? For definition, indirect questions are interrogative sentences that are delivered indirectly. Okay, indirect questions are usually used to ask more politely and in a formal setting. An indirect question indirect question are marked by not using a question mark at the end of the sentence. Okay. Next slide. Of them in the slide 2, yes or no question, which means the question only uses yes or no answer. Okay, for the formula, use if or whether instead of question word. For example, in the indirect sentence, are you free tomorrow? In indirect question, I want to know if you are free tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Next is slide 3. For this question, the answer requests an explanation, which means that in indirect question and question change into a statement. Okay, this is information question. For the rumus, in indirect question, do or does or did are not used. We not use it. We not use it. Do, does, or did. Okay. For example, indirect question, Rangga asked Sinta, where did you go last night? But in indirect question, Rangga asked Sinta where she had gone the night before. Okay. In this slide, there is also an indirect instruction, which means a common sentence, but which more polite language, and it's usually used in formal situation for the rumus plus infinitive. For in indirect instruction, there are two types of sentence. The first positive sentence, indirect instruction, Ayu told Uya, hurry up. But in indirect instruction, Ayu told Uya to hurry up. But the second types, negative sentence, indirect instruction, my father told me don't come late. My father told me don't come home late. But in indirect instruction, my father told me to don't come late. My father told me to don't come home late. This is we can add to plus infinitive like that. Okay. For the structure, at the beginning we add opening phrase. We can use do you know, I wonder, and etc. Okay, then add the question word. Question word 5W 5W plus 1H is what, where, when, why, who, and how. Okay, then also add the subject and verb. Like making a sequence of regular sentence. And you can also add an adverb time or place at the end of the sentence, like that. Next slide. In indirect question, the adverbs of time and place change as shown in the following slide. Like that, change of adverb. If indirect question, now. In indirect question, to be then, today to be that day, yesterday to be the day before or the very previous day, last night to be the night before, last week the week before, a week ago to be a week before, a month ago a month before, like that. You can read this slide. Okay, for change of the adverb place. For adverb place, in here menjadi there, this menjadi that, and this menjadi those. Okay. Okay. So what is the difference between direct and indirect question? Okay. If direct question or pertanyaan langsung, question that are spoken and written exactly as the person asking the question says them. Usually use a question mark at the end of the question. For example, are you coming? Okay, this sentence asks whether someone will come. Okay, are you coming? Like that. Okay. Whereas indirect question that are restated or repeated with slight change, usually by using words such as if or whether, or by changes in sentence structure. Indirect question, no question mark is used at the end of the question. For example, he asked if I was coming. For example, he asked if I was coming. Dia bertanya apakah aku akan datang. Ini jelas pertanyaan yang lebih sopan dan biasanya digunakan pada situasi formal. For your information, in indirect question, the sentence structure is usually like a statement with subject and verb order. Okay. In the next slide, I have tips for you. Okay, I have three tips. If you wanna make the question. Okay, in the next slide, I have 3 tips for you. Okay, 3 tips if you want to make an indirect question. The first, do not use question mark. If there are any that use question mark, pay attention to the sentence. Okay, pay attention to the sentence. The second sentence order. This is subject plus verb plus adverb. Okay, like that. And third, we have to pay attention to tenses and pronouns like that. Okay, next slide. To close my presentation on this last slide, I have some prestige question sentence below into indirect question. This is I have for question. This is I have for direct question. You can change this is sentence to indirect question. Okay guys, good luck. Okay guys, that's all I can see. See you in the next project.